All right, buddy. I'm not better than you and you aren't better than me. Let's be serious. We've all had that one item, that one card, that one booster box that we wanted really bad, but the only place we could find to buy it was eBay or some random website that looked super shady, and it was way more expensive than it had any right to be, but we wanted it so badly. We just couldn't resist the temptation that we caved and we bought it. Trust me, I've been there. It's like that 3 a.m. kebab on a Friday night that you know you shouldn't eat, but your heart wants it, your stomach wants it, your mind wants it, and you get it. Well, that's basically Japanese Pokemon cards for all of 2021, and it's this ultra effective business model or strategy that so many different stores, LGSs, Facebook sellers have utilized to keep making money from Japanese Pokemon cards. I don't know if you know this, but if you look at the back of a Japanese Pokemon card booster box, it says not for sale in Japan and outside of Japan. Jesus Christ, I got that wrong. I should learn to read.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
Not for sale outside of Japan, and that means you shouldn't sell it outside of Japan. But people do it anyway because once you export it, you can do whatever you want with it. It's a little bit different to how English Pokemon cards work. With English Pokemon cards or international Pokemon cards, basically anywhere outside of Japan, there's usually one distributor that distributes it to everybody else. So all the big stores get it from that same distributor, and all the LGSs and the small stores and the online websites, whatever, who are selling it, are usually getting it from one main source. With Japanese Pokemon cards, it's a little bit different. There's a distributor that's distributing it, and it usually goes to another person or another company or another supplier that then supplies it further. Now, a lot of those businesses and companies that get Japanese Pokemon cards directly from the distributor then go and sell it. Those are the stores that you're probably really familiar with, like Amazon Japan or Army. Those are the stores that are usually getting it directly from the source. But everywhere else that you buy it, you're probably buying it from a second person. So this thing is exchanging hands yet again. Now, every time this thing changes hands, somebody needs to make a little bit of money. So when it gets to another person that's selling it, usually in a different country like the US, Australia, Britain, wherever, there's a little bit of a surcharge put on top of it. And that's why when we see Japanese Pokemon cards and booster boxes for sale outside of Japan, they're usually for sale at about 1.5 to 2 times the retail price. For that reason, but also because people really want them. And those stores, those sellers, they know it. LGSs particularly know it. And I think honestly, LGSs have, for the longest time, have been using Japanese Pokemon cards as like an extra revenue source that they weren't usually getting, like an extra little bit of pocket money, because it was making bank for them. They're getting it from people that are selling it at generally wholesale price or with a little bit extra on top. And then they're adding a big chunk on top of it. I'm here to tell you that today that's basically over, or it looks like it's basically over, because for the last 3 sets that have come out of Japan, VMAX Climax, Starbirth, and Battle Region, there has been so much supply that it has outweighed the demand. And the demand is still there. People still really like Japanese Pokemon cards, but we're talking like the biggest set of last year, which was VMAX Climax, is still restocking at an incredible rate. In fact, yesterday it restocked at the Pokemon Center 5 booster boxes per person. Now, granted, it lasted like 5 minutes, but 5 minutes, that is actually a decent amount of time, especially when it was 5 per person at retail price, 5,500 yen, or about $60. Now, don't you think it's a little funny that it's restocking from the Pokemon Center, which is, adding a little bit of a markup to make money from it? This is more than like the wholesale distributor price. Don't you think it's a little bit funny that it's restocking at that price, yet stores that you're buying it from, like eBay or your local LGS, is charging like 70 to 80 to 90? And if you're in Australia, that's US. If you're in Australia, sometimes 120, 140, 150. Yeah, a little bit strange. Look, I've been pleading this case for like the last year. They've been taking you for a ride. And every time like you point out or you call someone's prices out, it's like that Michael Jordan meme. They take it so personally. And I think the reason why they take it so personally is because they know that inherently what they're doing is dodgy, and they're taking advantage of people's hype and excitement. And yeah, I'm glad that this is happening because it's looking like it's over. Now, let me be clear. Not all LGSs do this kind of thing. And LGSs get a bad rap. LGSs, local game stores, if you don't know, the ones that have been around forever, the ones that have been around between like the early 2000s to now, they're probably doing the right thing. They'll host tournaments. They'll sell a variety of products at really reasonable prices. And, you know, maybe some of those LGSs were like, you know, I'm going to stock Japanese Pokemon cards. They didn't really know where to price it, and they priced it a little bit on the higher end. You know, those LGSs, I'll give them a break, all right? And I ain't naming names here because every time you name names, again, people get all up in this thing. So these alleged LGSs, I can't really fault them because they do so much. What they do outweighs this one negative. But the LGSs that popped up in the last year or two that just, you know, someone made a business, a company, and decided to sell Pokemon cards, yeah, those are the ones I don't really care about. And I'm glad to see the back of them because that's the point of this video, not to tell you where to spend your money and not to go to those LGSs. Do what you like. Honestly, your cash, you earned it. Do what you want. I'd hate it if I was getting told what to do by some nerd in a study surrounded by Pokemon cards too. Trust me, the thought of it makes me sick. What I'm saying is you got options. There is more accessibility than ever at your hands. You can go to Army. I've spoken about them before in a video I made, how to buy Japanese Pokemon cards, pops up as a link here somewhere. They've been stocking Battle Region, 1 per person for the last 5 or 6 days now. You can get it from Amazon where it's 4,600 yen. It's actually cheaper than retail price. That's about 50 USD or what, 65, 70 AUD? Like, again, why would you buy it from this store, which I'm not going to name, in Australia, that's selling it for $140? That's twice the price. That's twice the price. I'm just going to say it again. That's twice the price. That's 2 booster boxes you could get for the price of 1 at this place. Like, that's a bit of a piss take, all right? And Starbirth, same thing, it's following suit. I literally got a tweet notification before saying that it restocked at the Pokemon Center Japan. So Starbirth as well. This is the last 3 sets. These are all really good signs and basically an indication of probably what's to come because Battle Region had just dropped, but there is so much stock out there that even though there's still demand, and this is one of the most popular sets or coolest looking sets. I made a video talking about the cards and illustration in this set, and yeah, I couldn't get enough of it. If you go and check it out, you're gonna see how beautiful the Hisuian region Pokemon cards are from this set. This is an ultra popular set that there is just so much supply of that it's drowning out everything. The stores in Japan that are trying to take advantage of the hype can't keep up. They're slashing the prices too. And what's gonna happen now? This is what's going to happen now. So this is my warning to you. Pay attention if you're a consumer of Pokemon cards, you like buying Japanese Pokemon cards. Because it's cheap for you as a customer, direct from a reliable, trustworthy, you know, let's say first-party retailer, it's also really cheap for these LGSs, these Facebook sellers, these eBay sellers that are still selling Pokemon cards. So if they can get it ultra cheap the same way you can, but they're still going to charge that steep price, it doesn't make any sense to go and buy it from them. I know there's a case for like it's easier and there's less risk involved, but I don't usually trust third-party sellers because there's just so much that can go wrong. There can be reseals or there could be scanned hits from the packs, you know? Why put yourself at risk like that? Why open yourself up to that risk when you can just get it directly from the source? And why pay them extra so they can benefit from it and pocket a little bit extra cash? They're not going to be around. They're not going to be around for another year or two, especially if this goes on. So again, I implore you to look at your options. There's so many out there. It is literally affecting every part of the Japanese Pokemon card hobby right now, including single prices, because single prices have been ridiculously cheap for the last 3 sets. When VMAX Climax dropped, I said, hey, hold your horses. This set's hype, but don't buy those cards just yet. This is going to be an extremely saturated set. We're going to see cards from this for months. And lo and behold, like I said, 5 booster boxes per person at the Pokemon Center. At retail, there's a lot of stock out there. And when people start opening those boxes up, again, more singles out on the street, the prices of the VMAX Climax singles are going to come down even lower. And they're already ridiculously low when you go and have a look at them. Starbirth, it's got a hyper rare Rainbow Charizard V-Star in it, and you can still get it for like 100 USD, 8,000 yen. It's ridiculously cheap considering how popular or rare this is supposed to be, but it's again because there's so much stock of it out there. And Battle Region, again, we're getting 2 new CSRs came out of it, and they're ultra cheap. I don't think any card from this set is over 8,000 yen or more than 80 or 90 USD. So single prices are coming down as well. Is this going to continue through the year? Probably. I feel like it is because there's just so much supply of these sets that it doesn't make sense for it to just be like ultra saturated at the start of the year and then not follow through the rest of the year. So Hold your horses. If you like Japanese Pokemon cards, never been a better time to be a collector. The art looks absolutely phenomenal too, which is a massive, massive boon. Again, these are the best Pokemon cards we have seen for years, in my opinion, and it's never been more accessible. If you're new to the hobby, welcome. That's completely throwing me off. If you're new to the hobby, welcome to it, and get comfortable. This is a great time to be part of the ride. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.